The bottom line about German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's visit to Canada, being hosted by Justin Trudeau, is that Germany desperately needs new supplies of natural gas, and Canada can't provide them. The Germans are facing a very bleak winter. Their citizens are going to be paying exorbitant amounts for natural gas to heat their homes, and there could even be rationing. And the reason for that, of course, is that Russian President Vladimir Putin has dramatically cut supplies of natural gas and oil to Europe in retaliation for Europe supporting the Ukrainians against Putin's invasion of Ukraine. In Canada, we're the fifth largest producer and sixth largest exporter of natural gas in the world, but we can't really help Ukraine. And the reason is that we lack the necessary infrastructure, the pipelines and the liquid natural gas facilities on our east coast to get natural gas into tankers to be shipped across the ocean to Germany and Europe. One of the problems is that most of our natural gas, almost all of it, goes to the United States. They're a captive market, and because of that, we lose about $9 billion a year in natural gas revenues because we have to sell it at a discount because the only place we can sell it is to the United States. And for oil, it's exactly the same thing as natural gas. That costs about $15 billion a year. Vladimir Putin, of course, is also cutting off supplies of oil to Europe. So that's why, even though we are a global power in both oil and natural gas, we can't get it to Europe. The best we can do is to increase our production slightly, give it to the Americans, and then the Americans can move around oil and natural gas because they can ship it to Europe. But the real problem behind all of this with both Germany and Canada is both governments, the German government and the Trudeau government, unsuccessfully gambled on the idea that you could easily and quickly replace fossil fuel energy, oil and natural gas, with wind and solar power. You can't. At their current levels of technology, wind and solar simply aren't reliable enough to replace oil and natural gas. And the additional problem is that both Trudeau and Scholz are doubling down on this mistake. They're saying today that what's happened in terms of the Russian invasion is that we need to go even faster to renewables from fossil fuels. That's not the lesson of what's happened. The lesson of what's happened is that if you abandon secure sources of energy for unreliable ones, you give up energy security. And so what it all means in the current global situation is that what we need is fossil fuel energy to do two things: power global economies out of the economic damage caused by the pandemic and deal with this crisis because of the war in Ukraine. We need fossil fuel energy. We have a lot of fossil fuel energy, but we can't get it to where the fossil fuel energy is needed. So in one of the major geopolitical and economic crises of the 21st century, Canada is basically standing on the sidelines. I'm Lorrie Goldstein of Sun Media. We're always interested in hearing your views, and please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and our YouTube channel.